Hey, what's up guys? In today's video, I want to talk about creating print-on-demand designs in Kittl, which is a very user-friendly web-based app for design. I want to focus on color schemes. This is probably, if not the most common, then right there, like number 2 most common area for improvement from what I've seen recently, because I do love to help. You know what I mean? When I see comments about, oh, I can't make sales, often I just say, hey, can you email me a couple links to your listing? And I like to see what's going on and like what people are struggling with. It helps me make better videos. I really think color schemes, color selection, and I mean, beyond just in scope, like it's not just, hey, pick a better color. It's, well, what color is the product you're selling it on? You know what I mean? There's this concept of contrast. Is the color you're using in the foreground in the design going to contrast well against the product you're displaying it on? These little things, they matter, all right? Especially at scale when you're posting, hopefully, multiple products a day to your online stores, especially now in December. So I checked yesterday, my Amazon merch sales, I did over $500 royalties just yesterday on Amazon merch, and over half of them were text-based, like primary, if not solely, text-based designs, guys. So you can really succeed with text. And my main focus, at least when I'm talking about designs, I mean, I'm typically slanted towards text-based designs, but we're going to look at Kittl. They obviously have pre-made graphics, pre-made templates. We're going to focus on using good color schemes. That's the plan for the video. Let's get to it. In the description, you'll find a link to join Kittl for free. You'll also find a link right underneath there to join my free print-on-demand mini course. So I hope you take advantage of that. I deliver it via email, 1 lesson a day. And I've got a print-on-demand Facebook group that I hope you'll join if you're not already a member. All right, guys, so we are here on Kittl. And before I get into the design aspect, I just wanted to kind of zoom out for a second, because I know most of us are print-on-demand sellers. We see Kittl through the lens of print-on-demand sellers that want to make sales, but you can also use Kittl for other things. Like they have logo templates, label templates, t-shirt templates, which is a great thing for us, poster templates, card templates, social media templates. So Kittl, has a lot of like all-around use cases for us. But we're going to probably be looking at, t-shirts. So quick reminder, like you can always just look at the pre-made templates. And I mean, obviously it opens the door to infinite customizations. Like I have multiple computer monitors. So what I might do is have Kittl on one screen and then on a side monitor here or here, just be scrolling through Etsy, Amazon for sub-niche ideas based on what I see the template built out for. So for instance, like a standard generic, like Christmas one right here with Santa Claus, and I can go on a side monitor and look at what other sub niches, cross niches people are doing in 2022 with Santa Claus as just an example. But I wanted to focus on color schemes, and actually really quickly, let's take a look at this one. I noticed, you guys who watch every video that I post, you have seen me say this quite a bit recently, actually, that oftentimes, like when people are using colors like red, like there's like really bold colors within red as a color, different hues, right? I always recommend, if you're going to use colors that have the potential to be really strong, like red, that you use a lighter, like softer hue of that color, like you see in this case. This one is definitely not over the top, I would say. It's not like so bright that it hurts your eyes to look at. And if you had to sell this design against a black shirt, which is probably one of the most commons, or, in this case too, you might want to even just turn off the background. I mean, this background you could say is representative of being sold against a red shirt. And by the way, in Kittl, you can switch up the background color to preview how your designs would look against different colored products, which is a great option so that you know what colors to enable when you're posting these for sale to, whatever marketplace you're listing on. But you can see that this design, just in this design template, looks great against a number of different colors, and that's always nice. So with regards to making better color choices, always have a primary, at least like choose a primary colored product that you want to sell this design on. It's especially important in Etsy, I would say, because, if you're doing Amazon merch and you make the color black available, which is the most popular color on Amazon merch, well, the primary thumbnail is going to be black. But if it's on Etsy, you can sell it on green, on red, on black. But your primary thumbnail is the one that needs to look the best, because that's the one that people see in search results where they've got, so many choices between you and everybody else. So I would recommend that. And then when you see a color scheme that you like, go ahead and like save the actual color scheme. So with Kittl, in this case, again, like leveraging these templates that are made by a lot of really great designers, you can actually click into the design elements in Kittl, and then notice over here on the right hand side, like above me, they actually show you the colors being used. So let's say that you want to improve your design process, and like we'll start with the blank template in a second and kind of maybe implement some of these colors, but just wanted to show you can click these colors, and number one, you can change them, but number two, you can actually just like grab the hex code, and then you can go into Notepad or whatever. Like for me, I use Google Keep, so it lets me save notes on my phone, but it also lets me say, it syncs those notes to the cloud, so then I can tab over to my side monitor, open up Google Keep, and see those color codes like anywhere that I want them. So if I like this color red, like I'll save it and I'll write, you know, a little tag next to it that says Christmas red. You know what I mean? But what I see a little too often is people using reds that might be like just way too strong. You know what I mean? Like this. And you've seen me do shop reviews where I'm like, you got to scale that back a little bit. You know what I mean? It's too bold. I don't know what else to say. It's too bold. So yeah, you don't want to be doing that. Now with regards to Kittl, let me start with the blank slate. Like this is probably how I would go about creating a text only design. And by the way, I'm making like, I'm literally like making text only designs. I've been making them today, you know what I mean? And I've been using upload automation today because it's December, it's crunch time. You know, I'm always working, but especially in December, it's like I got that fire lit underneath me to really push. All right, so the first thing I'll probably do is click into the canvas and just change the background color to black. I'm typically optimizing for Amazon merch, so I want my designs to look good against a black t-shirt because like we just said, it's the most popular shirt color and it's going to be the primary on merch if we make it available. So now I might go over here to text and just click text, and they've got some pre-built like text pairings already put together for us. If you don't like the first couple that you see, you can click show all, and you'll notice that there are a bunch of different font pairings. Now, what I'm going to share with you right now may seem like it's too easy and too good to be true, but I promise you this is right along the lines with what I do on a regular basis that makes me a ton of sales, especially on Amazon merch, where I mentioned I made over $500 in royalties on the US market just yesterday in one day. But I like to do something like this where I just add some text to my design template. I'm going to set it to white, but we're going to customize the colors in a second here. All right. Now, let's pretend that we already did niche research. This isn't a niche research video, it's a design video, but let's pretend we did some niche research, and whatever niche that we decided that we are going to enter with this text-based design, it's got 4 lines of text. All right, so perfect. The Kittl, text template that we're using, I just call it a text template. It already has 4 lines of text. So now all we really need to do to make this design look a little bit better, and it's not even required. I mean, I sell plenty of just white text against dark colored t-shirt, again, optimized for black. But what you can do then is go find a nice complementary color scheme that looks good against the color you intend to be in your primary thumbnail. I keep trying to pick the right words because even though I look at most things through the scope of Amazon merch, I know a lot of you guys aren't on merch yet, but you're on Etsy. And on Etsy, you don't need to always be optimizing for a black shirt. You can make it any color. So I just want to make sure, like, pick a color, set it to your back. In this case, let's say, okay, we're going to do it on Etsy. We're going to do it on a red shirt, okay? Like a maroon shirt. Or let's say cardinal. That's probably more like cardinal, okay? Now that's going to complicate things a little bit for us, but you can go to somewhere like Adobe, color.adobe.com. They've got color generators for you here as well. All right, that's one way to get color schemes. Another way, and I actually prefer ColorMind, colormind.co. This is completely free, and you can just click generate. There's a generate button, and it will continuously generate color schemes for you to use in your design. And all I'm going to do is click until I think I found one that will look good against our, maroon shirt. You know what I mean? And we'll pretend theoretically that we're uploading this to Etsy. All right. So how about this? And you can keep scrolling, and eventually we'll find something that we like, that we think will look good. It's a little bit tricky with the maroon. Like, we probably need something a little bit lighter, but how about this? So how about we grab this, I don't even know what color to call it, but this kind of cream color. All right. Let's jump back over here and make the top font right here, make this maroon, okay? So I just copy paste the color code right there, and it did shift from white to, did I say maroon? To the cream. All right, next let's try this one next to it, okay? And let's try to do that on the primary keyword here. All right, I think that looks okay, actually. It's not looking too bad. The green, I don't know if that's going to look great, so I might actually hold off on that, and I might come to maybe this like purple. All right, so I'm going to use this. It's almost like a violet or like a really light purple. So I'm going to change the color to purple right there. And then here for the last color, I'm thinking this like off-white almost might look good. Again, it's really open to interpretation, guys. All right, and I'm going to copy paste the hex code for that off-white. And for a maroon shirt, which is not that common, I think we found 4 complementary colors. You're going to have a much easier time just optimizing for like a black shirt or a white shirt, for instance, because there's just a lot more complementary colors, at least in my mind, against those. But either way, like the real purpose of this video is, number one, to show you that in Kittl, you can use these pre-made font pairings, or like I said, go back to the, this is where honestly I spend most of my time here. If I want to do a more complex design, selecting a pre-made template and going from there. As you can see here, by the way, a lot of these templates have great complementary colors already selected for you. And you can even just go in here. You can actually use your Google developer, your Google Chrome developer console, and use the eyedropper from there and select these colors. There's no easy button in there, or otherwise I would show you how to do it. I don't want to add another minute to this video, but you can do that and just grab the hex color codes and then pull them into your design templates as well. I always lean text only when I'm starting from scratch, just because I mean, I sell so many that I know it works. And while so many people think, oh, it's print on demand, it's a t-shirt, we have to introduce some complicated graphic, I always like to remind you that you definitely don't. And it's nice to be a little contrarian. I always talk about being contrarian. When you see people all doing the exact same thing, even in like a niche like Christmas, where everybody's got the Santa graphics with the trees mixed in and the snowballs, and it's like everything's the style of an ugly Christmas sweater. It's like, well, how about stop, zoom out, and say, well, what if I'm one of the very few text-only designs in this space? Because somebody might like that. You know, they might be more like a minimalist in how they prefer to wear their apparel. So anyways, guys, I could talk all day about this stuff, as you can see. But that's really what I wanted to illustrate. Kittl makes it easy. In reality, I would go open up another tab, find an actual niche where I would go in and switch out this text instead of just keeping the default where it says 1989 Blacksmith Brewery. Hopefully you guys got that. Thanks for watching, though. Check out Kittl. Links at the top of the description. Makes it easy to create print-on-demand designs, as you just saw. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow with a new video.